sounds in the truck.
Started yet? Relax. Welcome people to the Raw's Homestead. Done got so hot out here. Decided I'd rest and file my chainsaw. I do my own chainsaw filing. File one side, got two sides. File one this way, one that way. That hurts, Gabe.
Go play. Go find your trucks.
It done got dull. This is a 28 each bar. Thing about files nowadays, you can't buy just thing like this file. This is the origin file. I probably need to file my regulars too. I filed them once since I put this chain on here. Pearl I got ain't too good. Bucket. To be honest with you, I can't hardly bend over. It's like I used to do to file salt. The reason why I picked my bar, because that file's got little cutting feet. They get stopped up with saw file dust. And the little pointer. People throw the file away because they think it's ain't no good no more. And what happens is this chain has oil on it. Therefore, when you run it a lot, it has oil for the oil. So you file it, it leaves oil residue. When you file your chain, it stops these little sharp file, grooves in there. Alright, it gets taped up, no longer cut. Get you some saw gas, pour some saw gas on it, run your hand over it a little bit, with your gloves, pour some more on it, loosens it up, that grit up, grime up in there, and then you might buy your saw 2 or 3 more times. Got me a bucket with something in it. It'll be heavy. This thing just moving so much. I'm sharpening this up because Sun got so hot, it's hard to do anything in sawmill, which cooled off some. So I'm getting it ready for tomorrow. But I got to cut some more big logs in the 6 foot. But I am going to do a live video tomorrow. I got something I'm going to show people in the morning. Or I got some stuff given to me from a man that owns all this land out here on his property over there. He just had some more lots cleared off. So, and I've seen the stuff. And I asked him, I said, you know, what are you going to do with that stuff? He's like, pile it up, burn it. So I asked him, I said, hey, can I have it? So tomorrow, I'm going to do a live in the morning. Get somewhere else again. So how's everybody doing this evening? Hope you're in a cool place. It's not very cool out here. To be honest with you, I probably just we done been gone, but I got a guy supposed to be coming and picking up the cedar. So, waiting on him. My wife and son, we rode down to the creek just a little bit ago. Wasting a little time. I always wear gloves to do this. Now them teeth are razor sharp. After you file them, they razor sharp. And if you slip and ain't got no kind of protection on your hand, it will cut you, it'll cut you to the wide open. See there? We slipped off there. Dull. That cedar had some dirt in it. And I like for my saw to cut well. And see, when you file the change, this square top, you got to file the side and the top. Get that point right there. You got to file it all together. See how it all is more than just filing the side. You got to file the top. Make sure the point gets filed and the side. A lot of people can't file a square top. They file it halfway down and it starts cutting crooked on them and stuff. And some people file the chains with a square file made for this. We got anybody watching? Ain't nobody saying nothing? 28-inch bar. So it's got a lot of teeth on it.
How many teeth does it have on it?
How many teeth?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. I'd have to count them.
Oh, just talking about if you knew.
No, I don't really know. Probably, I don't know. That's probably nearly 2 inches in between. I don't know. I can count them though.
No. How often do you have to sharpen your chainsaw?
Well, if you cut clean wood, and if you're cutting all day long, I mean like a regular log cutter, actually cut, might pile it 3 or 4 times a day. But it's according really to your wood. You can cut into one tree, and there'll be some in that tree and dull your saw. But I usually file mine once. I think it's the first time I filed, what, 2 weekends?
Maybe.
Cut all that cedar and everything. So, but now I had a brother-in-law who was a real good log cutter. He cut, I was driving the skidder, and we was stumping logs back then. We didn't have no cutting machine. He would stump them, top them, and, you know, log them up, cut logs out of them. I was driving the skidder. And his motto was, and he could run a tractor. He owned his own chainsaws and chain and everything, so he had to pay for it. Every tank he cut, he'd touch the saw, just hit it once or twice. And he says, when he does that, he keeps the saw sharp, one thing. Uses less gas because it's cut better. And not just that, if you go a long time without filing, you're liable to have to, you know, file it more, take more tooth off to get it back sharp. So, I mean, and I don't know if that's all, but that's the way he was.
Somebody asks, do you need to rotate the file as you sharpen?
Well, that's a good question. A lot of times I'll twist it, but you don't have to. But yeah, you know, that's a good idea. You know, you'll see me do it every now and then. But sometimes these new files ain't no good. So you find a sweet spot in that file, it's liable to cut good in that one spot and not cut good anywhere else.
How do you know the teeth are sharp? Sharpened. Yeah. How do you know when you're done?
Yeah, that file don't do one. That's a brand new file. Well, you can look at them. I look at mine, and that's the way I can tell it's sharp. I almost messed that one up because I hit the top of it. What?
The sawdust was some
That tooth there is all messed up either way. But then you can feel of it. Be very careful if you feel of it, because they're sharp. Hey, where you going? You can't go through there. Move.
So, how many times can you sharpen your chain before you have to just replace it?
Well, that's a good question, because it's just like that sawmill, that bandsaw. As long as you don't hit nothing with it, you can resharpen it, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. This chain here, you can sharpen it any time, as long as you don't hit something and mess teeth up where you have to take so much out of it.
That's why you don't play with that.
But
Okay.
you can sharpen it several times. This chain, I've sharpened it probably 6-7 times, and you can see it's still plenty good. I can sharpen it a lot more than that.
What's the best saw you've ever owned? What is your number one saw or saw brand? What do you like?
Well, I've ran a lot of different Johnson Red, Homestead, McCulloch, Pioneer, Husky Bonner is one of my best. Husky and Steel. They're the two leaders in chainsaws, in my opinion. I've run Sasadomars, oh my Lord, I don't know what all kind I've run. And Husky and Homestead, two of the best saws I've ever run.
That's not a Husky, is it?
Not a Homestead, a Husky and a Steel. Yes, this is a Husky.
It doesn't say Husky.
It don't say Husky, but every part on it is Husky. I've been in chainsaws for 30 years. It does not say Husky. And it's an argument on these, what they call Chinese saws. This chainsaw right here costs half the price of the name brand Husky. When I go buy a part for it, I buy it for a Husky. This is the same thing as I think the 372 Husky Barn. Every part on this thing is a Husky. Every single part. And I've had this saw for a while now, and it does good. I cut timber up to 24, 25 inches, and it does super good. It's really strong. It's heavy, but yeah.
So while we're on the subject of Husky, does Husky, in fact, breed dead dogs?
I don't know. You heard that. You thought I said that one time. I don't know. I don't even know what you thought you heard.
I was driving, I think transporting or something. I went by Husqvarna place, and I could have swore he said Husqvarna breeded gay dogs.
I don't even know what you heard.
Somebody asked how tight do you like the chain?
Well, I don't know if it is, that is a good answer for me to say, a good answer for that, in other words, because you don't want it too tight. It's loose now, see, I ain't tightening it. I'm going to tighten it after I sharpen it. I shouldn't, because the only reason I don't tighten it before I sharpen it is because it's harder to turn the chain. But I like it fairly snug, because most times when you run out of gas, you run out of oil a lot of times, so it'll be dry. So when you tighten it when it's dry before you crank it up, after you crank it up, it rolls up and loosens up. But I will tighten my chain in a minute.
So if somebody was in the market for a new chainsaw, or the first chainsaw, what would you recommend? I'm just down out questions.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to get in trouble with by Husky or Steel. Did I say Homestead? What I meant Steel. Steel chainsaw. Steel and Husky. Steel and Husky is the two number one saws out there. That's number one or two. Well, they're close range. You hit my spiritual joint up. I tell you what, if you're in the market for a chainsaw, go by your gut what you want to buy. But I will say this, in your gut, you need to tell your gut, Husky or Steel.
But I've never owned a chainsaw before, so what do I need to look for when buying a chainsaw?
If you want one to cut, now, if you're going to cut this little small stuff, branches stuff around your yard, go buy your electric chainsaw. A Cobalt or a Husky or a Steel. They make electric chainsaws too. Cheaper. But if you're going to be a serious cutter, you're going to cut a lot of wood, I'd buy a Husky or a Steel. Which one has the better deal on the two? But that's all it would be. Husky or Steel.
like the chainsaws come in like the different bars. So like what, like for a beginner, what would be like a good bar?
Probably a 16-inch bar. They got them anywhere 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22-inch bars, 24s, 28. They got them even longer than that. But you got to be a serious log cutter when you get up. And, well, like this 28.
I engage. No, sir.
And I need a 28 because I cut big timber sometimes. And I don't want to be stepping over the log to try to cut the other side. I want something along the bar, like when I'm cutting it down. A lot of times, log will be swell butted. They call it swell butted. It might not be the 20 inches, 4 foot high, but down there at the butt, it might be 30 inches.
Okay, so I pick the chainsaw, husky or steel. What else do I need to buy when I'm buying a chainsaw? What else do I need to make sure I have?
I love this bar from Nortec, Neotech. I love this bar so far. It's a solid bar. It's not, a lot of bars you buy now are 2 feet of steel. They got it pressed together. They got it pressed together by rivets you can't feel. They're not good bars. And this has got a changeable tip. See, when this tip goes out, I can take the rivets right there out, a hammer and a punch, knock them out, buy another tip stick on there, and brad the rivets back out. And then, as your bar gets older, a lot of times it'll get a groove on the bar where you just take the flat file, round file, and dress that down, and you're good to go. When your bar is wore out, and when you take the chain and move sideways, and when it's tight, it moves a lot sideways. That means the groove's in there. But you can also buy chains with different thickness of dogs under there. So,
I was meaning as far as like chainsaw safety. What else do you need to buy when you're buying a chainsaw?
Hard hat, leg strap, safety glasses, safety boots. The leg straps are saw pants. Hard hat, earmuffs or earplugs, safety glasses, leg straps or saw pants. And you don't really need saw protective boots.
Are saw boots different than like steel toe boots?
Yes, they are. I'm going to tell you a little quick story. My same brother-in-law that I was talking about a while ago, he was running a chainsaw one day. Been running it for about 12 years. He wore steel toe. He wore all the other protective gear, right? He wore steel toe boots. He thought he was good enough. No, son. He's good enough. Well, he was undercutting the log, and that chainsaw kicked out and hit his steel toe part of his boot. And when it hit the steel toe part, it flew that saw sideways and went down that steel toe, and right behind that steel toe, it went to cutting his foot. Dang near cut two of his toes off. So, yeah, saw protective boots is good. Saw protective boots has got a layer of that Kevlar in there, like your saw pants, saw jab. What it does, locks up your chain.
Hey, you ever been cut by a chainsaw before?
Yep. Anybody's ever run a chainsaw very much back in the day, chainsaw is a very violent piece of equipment. Don't think it's not. It's an electric one. This machine right here is one of the most dangerous pieces of equipment in the logwood. Right here. That in a large tree or limb in the top of it. This thing right here, don't care who you are or how big you are or how strong you are, you ain't strong enough to hold this. It's not. I think I can hold that. I'm big and strong. I don't care if you can pick up 1,000 pounds. You will not hold that. A big long chainsaw from Kickback, if you hit that tip just right, it will be Kickback so hard and so violent with leg chaps on or top end, it can bruise your leg so bad. It hits you so hard. But no, you can't hold this, because wear safety. And just be careful how you run the saw. That tip right there is the most dangerous part of the saw. That tip. Because if you're out too far and you hit that tip, what happens is you hit that tip. That's what a hard hat's more for than something falling and hitting. Because if a tree falls on you, the hard hat's not going to save your life. It's going to kill you. The tree's going to kill you. But when that saw, you undercutting or something, you come out and that tip grabs something and that chainsaw comes up. That chain is going wide open. You say this brake don't work, don't have to not stop the chain, right? Don't stop the chain. Well, that saw is going to...
No!
That saw blade is going to get your head right here if you ain't got a hard hat on.
Do you like running the chainsaw?
I used to love it. I done got old fat now. I still like running it. Just can't run it as efficient. Yeah, this thing is as good as I used to be.
Who taught you how to sharpen a chainsaw?
Well, my daddy wanted to chainsaw out one day because he got tired of me holding my chain and him having to sharpen it. And he said, here's the file, there's the chain, file that tooth that way and the tooth that way, get at it. And when you start filing your saw and you're running that saw all day long, every day, you learn real quick how to file the saw.
So is it safe to say the longer the bars, the more the power, or does it depend on the chainsaw?
No, the longer the bar, the less the power is on the chainsaw because it takes more power to turn all that chain. But it's easier to cut through bigger timber. And even small stuff. Because your bar's so long, you ain't got to bend over so far. You just, when I was younger, about 18 of these bars all they ran. Sometimes at 20. I was cutting actual 10 logs.
So is this your first time running a bar this big? Or have you ran a bar this big?
2018, yeah. I ran a 20 and a 24 inch.
How big do the bars get?
Oh, I don't know.
Or I guess can they get? Or I guess can they get?
I guess you can get them on up 16 bars. You'll cut really, I keep out in Oregon and stuff, cutting them really large trees. I think they get them, they run 60 inches long.
Is that one person running 60 inches or two?
One person.
That's a lot.
Yeah. You gotta understand. I'm old and wore out now, but back in the day, I was a man. I was a log cutter. Them men that runs them chainsaws out there in Oregon, cutting them big old logs, toting that big heavy ass chainsaw, so they tote some of the biggest chainsaws out there. Them are real men. Them are real men. And take my advice, you probably don't want to mess with none of them. They might not look like mud. You don't ever want them to hit you.
Do they have 2-person chainsaws anymore?
They did. Now, well, I don't know. They could have. Really don't know. My daddy run one of the first chainsaws, 2-man chainsaws ever come around this part of the country. My daddy's living gone. He was a real logger. He logged the horses and mules.
Why are you putting on my leg?
Now I'm old enough we use tractors and cable skidders. We didn't have the kind of skidders we have now back then. Didn't have air conditioners. See, I'm a logger by trade. That's my full-time job, is logging.
Do you like being a logger?
I used to.
What's your favorite piece of equipment to run in logwoods?
Well, I've always been a John Deere man. But I can tell you what. Now, I will say this. As far as operator friendly, John Deere is the best they make. I'm talking about as far as comfortable sitting in the machine and everything so easy to maneuver. As far as the skidder dependability, I think Tiger Cat has got everything beat.
What's your favorite machine though?
Oh, size or?
No, like what's
a cutter. I love running the cutter. Right now I deal him, merchandise deal him with a Tiger Cat loader. We have a Tiger Cat cutting machine, we have a Tiger Cat loader, and a Tiger Cat skidder.
Is Tiger Cat cheaper than John Deere?
Oh, no. There ain't much difference in the price. I think a 632 Tiger Cat is around, that's the biggest skidder Tiger Cat makes. From, then they jump up into the bogey skidder, clown bunk skidder. The bogey skidder is a 635. It's about $700,000 to $800,000 now. The 632 is about $450,000, I think, for it. I don't know how much the clown bunk is.
Yeah, why are you throwing sawdust all around? Oh, that's that other dude. I had a dumb question. So, you know how like on lawnmowers they make like the baggers?
Yeah.
Do they make baggers for like chainsaws to catch like the sawdust?
No. Chainsaws don't come with sawdust.
I didn't know if it was a thing. It makes such pretty shedding, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chips.
I just follow my saw.
Yeah? That's what the stuff you were doing, or you putting over there?
No, they just ain't never come down here. I don't guess they want to come here. They're usually out of my way.
Yeah.
It's in my way.
Yeah, I heard that.
What you been up there? Yeah.
Four hands and press close to the door.
Yeah, I know where you got it at. I come by. I rode through there one day. Yeah. Then we was living there. Yeah.
That way back on the back.
Yeah. I done ended up buying from the road there all the way to that trailer. Yeah, I own all of it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't want no more neighbors to move in on me.
Yeah. I was proud of we had about 10 acres down there. Everybody kind of moved around.
Yeah. Yeah, I decided I'd go ahead and buy all this.
Yeah.
Be done with it. No. No. Yeah. Really? Huh. Yeah, you know how these county cities are anymore. Yeah, I think you're catching the mail down there here all night. Yeah. Yeah, we got a couple new neighbors. That guy just bought some land down there. I believe I got it. Yeah. What you figured I done got too hot to do anything, so I filed my saw. I'm gonna be using it tomorrow. Alright, well don't get too hot. Alright. This is how I tighten my chain to pick out still watching. Well, you're going to have to open my cigarette. Alright, I usually do. That might be a little bit too tight, but I always lift up on it. Gotta pick the bar up. I'm gonna lose. Yeah.
Somebody said, be careful.
Yeah. Because a chain jumping off is dangerous too. See there? It ain't tight now. Just about right. See there? See, some stuff I've just been doing so long, don't really know what to tell you, as far as I can show you about it, all I do. And it may not be the right way, but it's my way. Go. Need to put some oil, gas, and oil. And it'll be ready to cut some wood.
You gonna sign off?
Well, I will.
What you trying to do?
I don't guess I'm gonna cut no more wood right now. Although they have to pull it off, but I ain't got no log on the sawmill. You can show them my sawmill. In case no people watching it. That's my sawmill, HM 122 bandsaw, cut up to, I think it's 22-inch diameter log, 10 feet, and this is my land. You can go on, goes all the way out to that road over there. You can see the opening on it from there, or buying it. From there all the way back to a field back there, all the way through the woods to a trailer back over there. We're located in Tulip, Arkansas. And we out in the country. And I got a lot of quantity of lumber. And so that's my wife, my son, and this is called Lost Homestead. And then I got a page on Facebook, Law's Mill. And you can also find me on Marketplace, where I sell some lumber. And, but anyway, we will be back on tomorrow bright and early. If y'all want to watch some more, come back tomorrow. And I'll be fresh, bright and early. I'll be fresh. And if you like watching this kind of stuff, please like and subscribe. And appreciate you watching. I really enjoy people watching. I really enjoy people asking me questions, comments, good or bad. But anyway, everybody have a good, safe evening. And till tomorrow morning, we'll see you then. Thank you.